Jimmy, why Jimmy didn't come for the fifth time.
Where y'all waving at?
You can.
Oh,
It's me and,
Yeah. waving at them.
You got a smile at it too.
I'm gonna hide from it.
You got a front row seat, 'cause just look that way and you own.
need to do it more often like this. Today is November the 6th, 2016, first Sunday of November. And I thought it's good to talk about Thanksgiving. You all know Thanksgiving, but I didn't know Thanksgiving. In Japan, there's a New Year's Day, that's a big day, and a Bon Festival, that is like an ancestor, they all ancestors.
Bone, did you say?
Bon Festival, it's not bon, just a Bon Festival. It's August 15th. It's like a family reunion, everybody come and talk about all the ancestors. Yeah. Let me start. My first Thanksgiving was 1980. And everybody remember how hot that 1980 summer? And the trees are dying before get like a middle of August, turn brown and everything like that. And that November, everybody said Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving morning, there was 6-inch snow in Mountain View. yeah, they had snow. They said that it was the first time having a big snow in Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness, there was snow. And they don't know how to drive. Good thing, no school and everything, but to go to the meal and everything, they had a hard time. But that was the first meal I had. Everybody came and big meal.
Now that was for you and Trish married?
Before, yeah, 1980, way before. She wasn't there. Not my family.
Maybe in the high spot.
What you looking for?
But
It's in
Yes, that's some of your
Yeah,
Trish.
right here. Yeah. I don't know, I went to her house or not. I don't think I did. We knew each other, but not like going with.
Hadn't got serious about one another.
No. But me and Trish always says that Thanksgiving is her favorite festival, favorite gathering, and she was so upset because nobody talk about Thanksgiving anymore. There's a Halloween, then Christmas. Christmas trees are put already before the Halloween.
I don't understand that, why they put them up so late.
So early.
More longer period they can sell.
Usually Thanksgiving Day or evening, they may put them up.
Yeah, a lot of people.
They used to, yeah.
Our daughter-in-law does stuff. She says I won't have time the rest of before Christmas to be busy. A lot of people put them up. I like to put them up, but I'm anxious to get them down too. I ain't got room for one like a lot of people have.
But I enjoy that big table for dinner. Only thing I didn't know was there was a second and third.
That was what?
The dinner, Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, the first one was the preacher's house.
Oh.
I stayed in pastor's house, so I had a meal. And the second one was his grandparents, about 2 o'clock. And the third one was his mother's house, 6 o'clock.
Man, I got 3 houses.
Well, we have 2. There's one at my house, and sometimes my kids come down, and then we go, we're up at Louisa's too.
Yeah.
We used to have the other one, but my one's gone.
Mm.
So we talk about,
Mm-hmm.
just like how many people are gone and a lot of things. Yeah. And we used to, on the table before eat, what thankful about in the Thanksgiving. That's a good thing to talk about. And I remember some of that. Me, first I got married, Trish cooked the dinner, but we didn't cook a big turkey. That's maybe second year. First year we had a Cornish hen. It was so, because me and Trish by ourselves and cooked it, and it was so small. It's so sad.
That Cornish hen is a one person.
One person, yeah, I guess. Yeah. We have pictures of it, it's just so small, big table, and it's just. All right, let's start on Miss Christine. You want to start?
I told you this morning I had mine already made, and I talked to Fred about it today, and he didn't remember part of it, but one year, and I have no idea what year it was, but we was getting ready to go to Indiana for Thanksgiving. And our oldest son, we had a pickup with a camper on it, and they had raised the back door, glass, lid, whatever you call it, for some reason, and he backed into a pine tree and broke the glass out of it.
Back.
The back,
Yeah.
it covered the back. Well, of course, someone was gonna have to ride back there because it was a pickup. And Dad and his brother and Penny, his niece, Penny Glass, went with us that year. And I don't remember how they done that to stay warm back there, but they covered it up somehow or other. But anyhow, got up that morning to leave, and it had snowed a little bit. And that was unusual, like you say. But anyhow, we started out. And we got up between Memphis and Little Rock somewhere, and the roads were so bad, we had to detour. There had been a wreck on one of the overpasses, I think it was. But anyhow, we went on and we had a good time, and by the grace of God, we made it there and back.
Oh my goodness. People ride on the back of truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't see that anymore.
No. I think you get ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This time you take it.
I had some friends in Georgia. They were going to visit some of their family, and they had their kids in the back. And when they got where they were going, the kids were still
Mm.
carbon monoxide.
Carbon
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Exhaust pipe.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm. How many was it?
Those two,
Oh,
little boys,
Mhm.
And then I had some neighbors right next door to me. They went off on a trip, I don't know where, but a good long ways from where we lived there. And they had a truck just like that. And they stopped, but the kids was in the back, and the man and woman went inside. And they didn't know one of the kids got out
Oh, my God.
and went to the bathroom. Well, they got in and drove off and left her there.
Mm.
And she managed to tell them where her parents were going.
Mm.
And some way they
Track.
stopped them before they got home.
Mm.
And they had to turn around and go all the way back and get that little girl.
That's a blessing.
My brother and sister left their kids in Texarkana one time. They was going to the family reunion out at Jefferson. And I don't remember how it come about, but anyhow, they got to Lake of Pines and they didn't have any kids. I think about 4 of them.
Yeah.
They was like you, they thought the kids was in the back, like you said, thought the kids was in the back.
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah. done the same thing as these other people had, coming from Georgia back home with kids. And we put them in the back, because we had a truck and it had the top on it, you know, and they rode back there in any time.
Yes, ma'am.
But I really thought about it after that happened to my friend's kids. I don't think anybody does that anymore, do they?
I don't
I
think so.
think so.
No, I don't even see any trucks with nothing like that in the back of them.
Not really.
No.
Yeah, that's right, on camper.
Well, about the only thing I can say about Thanksgiving is that we always have a lot of food.
How many sisters?
And
Brother?
I have 7 brothers and sisters,
Mm.
and we used to all,
Wait, 7 brothers and,
I have 3 brothers and
oh, okay,
4 sisters.
4, yeah,
Yeah. Really 5 girls, counting me and
yeah.
3 brothers. And we usually always try to meet at my parents' for Thanksgiving. And then I was usually, after we got grown and married and all, I was the one that was missing, because we lived
Oh,
too far off and couldn't come home. But I finally just made my own Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
because it was just 4 kids and me and my husband, 6 of us, and I just started cooking us a Thanksgiving dinner and carried on. And
Rodney and his family does that.
And that's like with, I've got a niece, a nephew and his family now, and they don't want to come to know any of the family get-togethers. They feel like nobody likes them or wants to have anything to do with them, you know, and they just have to sit home on Thanksgiving, you know, and all. And I tell them, you got to make your own Thanksgiving.
That's right.
You got a family, and you have make you a Thanksgiving at home.
Well, that's the way your mother and daddy started out, making a Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah. And so I did that, and I still do it, and now I look forward to my kids coming to my house.
Yeah, I need to see your son.
I'm
He's
gonna
a
have,
good cook, right?
I'm gonna buy up a bunch of groceries.
He's gonna back
Let him
it up.
cook, and he's gonna do the cooking. I'm gonna say, now, I've got the food, now you gonna fix it.
You get-
I know where to go for Thanksgiving.
But he does, he does, he gets in the kitchen and
He's
does,
famous.
and his wife does too, they both help me, you know.
That's good.
It'll be 17 of us for a week.
Yeah.
Be a lot of cooking.
Yeah.
A lot of food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's about all I can say about Thanksgiving, just thankful that we have food
Amen.
Yeah, people got them.
So how many's gonna be in your family, you reunion Saturday, do you know?
and I don't have any idea. But y'all just remember us
Yeah.
Saturday. Because we just kind of have conflict in our family since my parents passed away.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna try it and see.
Trying to smooth it out.
It's been 11 years. I hope nobody mentions nothing in it, just, you know, just have a good time one day, yeah. So Randy, it's your turn.
Well, this Thanksgiving will be the most different
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
right, yeah.
We've always met at Mama's if we were here, and I guess, or I know we were always here.
Yeah.
So I sent a message out to my brothers and stuff, sisters, that it's a new era in Thanksgiving celebration.
Yeah.
Chris and them, my nephew, see, they lost 2 grandparents this year. So Mr. Bright, you know. So theirs is going to be a little bit different than it has been. And ours is going to be different than it has been. Like I said in the past, and there's no Thanksgiving that's outstanding. They're all about the same. Just family comes in, and you know, we have a good meal, and they play football out front and stuff like that. So
You'll have to take Mama's place.
yeah, we're already figuring out what dish kind of she made that we're gonna, who's gonna make
Who's
what
gonna
dish.
Yeah.
Oh,
She had this They call it 4-layer delight.
Uh-huh.
It's coconut, just, I'm gonna try it. Something because I like it, anyway.
Somebody needs to make
So I'm
that
trying
a good pie.
Learn how to make it.
They did pecan pies.
Osgood pies.
Mm.
She also made Spanish rice a lot.
So are y'all gonna get together at y'all's house?
Yeah, try to. We don't know who else wants
Well,
to.
that'd be good, that'd be good.
How old was she?
Oh, she was 84.
84. Was February or this February?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how was your dad?
He was 89.
That's my last part of the road.
Say, Mr. Brandon, is that a spell?
Probably.
Behind her?
Yeah.
That's my friend. That's my friend. I'll never.
You
I'll
got
leave
a
him
friend of
alone.
yours, if you
I'll
care.
leave him church and I'll let him go.
They one
That's a
that
big one,
church
too.
for anybody.
That was a big one.
She had babies.
So did got the babies.
Look at her.
Oh,
Paper towel, yeah.
She's got one.
Still had babies with the
What is
kids.
that, fire ants?
No.
No.
Babies, it's, oh,
That was a
Well, I've never seen
bunch.
one like that. They usually have that separate sack. It wasn't carrying the sack.
Well, Carolyn did
Yeah.
us
She
I
stepped on it.
I just thought it was big.
I said,
And I
yeah,
thought I was afraid to step on it.
yeah, it was. I just said, man, that's some big one.
Just want you to know everything is on the video.
Yeah, it goes your pet.
All right, Leah, it's your turn now.
Well, when I was young, it was like Carolyn's family. We were the ones that lived off. So we always just had Thanksgiving out, you know, just ourselves. And I was in the 5th grade when we moved to Arkansas. My parents were from Arkansas. So I just remember that first Thanksgiving, it was so weird because I had grandparents there. And that was so strange because it had just been my parents and 4 kids for, you know, forever. And then to have Thanksgiving with grandparents was just really strange. And then, you know, I got used to it and it was fine, but it was really strange at first. And this Thanksgiving, see, and since we've been married, I think every Thanksgiving has been here because we had chicken houses. So that's just pretty much the way it always ended up. We had chickens at Thanksgiving, so we were here. So it's kind of ended up pretty much Thanksgiving here and then my parents at Christmas time. But it's going to be a new era, as he said, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll come along, I mean, yeah, little kids grow up and things.
Sad to say, but time marches on.
Your children will come for Christmas.
Our children will be here for Christmas.
All right.
You won't want to hear about mine. Put a bunch of those tables together in the room and all the families, uncles, aunts, cousins, and grandparents and all was together. That table was full. And we all had like a little Christmas tree. There they would for us just to have Christmas and Thanksgiving together. That's what we called that, our get-together was Christmas, Thanksgiving together. They always had a tree up, and that's what I do for Thanksgiving. I have my tree up.
Before.
And they still keep the tradition going. And my kids wants me to keep putting the tree up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get it out and start again.
All the quacks together,
Some of them, not all of them. I got 2 in Texas don't come. It's just one's from Oklahoma, right?
yeah.
I go pretty close to your daughter's probably when I go to Austin.
Yeah.
She lives at Waco, right?
Around Waco too. That's where Lee come in up here from. He didn't like it down there. He likes the people up here. He says he's not going back to people that are here.
Yeah, he fixed here.
Oh, yeah. And my oldest.
That's oldest grandson?
That's, I was there when he was born. Yep. I got 9 grandkids, about that many great grand.
Okay. Yeah, see?
But I'm proud of every one of them. I'm proud of every one of them.
Yeah.
Lord blessed me with them.
I had 11 grandkids and I think 10 great-grandkids.
Wow. You had a bus, yeah, all one.
And 1 set of twins. And boys, there's gonna be 6 this month.
Yeah.
They're 6 years old.
Okay, Brother Fred?
Skipping you done
Yeah, he's
said
done
Yeah.
it.
I got one question I want to ask while it's on my mind, I started to, but I didn't want to interrupt you a while ago. How was your wedding different from Japanese wedding?
Oh,
You know,
wedding, we did wedding here, just a regular church wedding, because I went to the church and everything. And honeymoon is from here. Honeymoon was going to my house. So over there, we didn't have a ceremony, but have a reception. All that my family wants to see. So we had a reception over there, about 200 people got together. Yeah.
I would like a wedding, wouldn't it?
Well, wedding is ceremonies is different. It's so much. You have to wear Japanese kimono. Actually, she wore Japanese kimono. She had to change wedding dress and Japanese kimono and regular formal dress. That's the reception everybody wants to see.
Did you,
But
sorry.
that's
Go
what
ahead.
that's the funniest thing. I think I told you, but everybody wants to get sake, the glass, congratulated. So they have a manager, wedding manager, whoever they call him. Just my high school teacher just stayed right beside us, and we decided to put the sake right beside the chair, and all the old uncle and aunts come over and congratulations, I put thank you, and cha-ching, and down to the bucket and to do the next. Some of the people gave us some orange juice, but some old folks have beer, so we congratulate us. That's our decision. I was gonna put no alcohol or whatever, but that wedding manager, my high school teacher said that they expect, respect and all their community. Yeah, it was fun. Me and Trish sang, and there's a lot of those little kids wants to come talk to Trish. It was so fun. Yeah. Had a great time. What's the question?
Did you read the Open Windows devotion today? It had 2 Japanese words in there, and one of them was IBASCO, something like that. And I can't remember what it was. Do you, Fred?
well, I can't,
I
you
can't
would
think-
read it, I didn't see it.
I can't think what it was.
Open window we have in the church?
Mhm.
Do we?
It was in the devotion.
Randy, do you remember any interaction with my mother and dad before they passed away? he lived across when they came back from California. They lived right over where Maxine died in that house. And of course, we lived right across the road. My parents did, I'll put it that way. I was done married too by that time you was born. But they've been in California many years, maybe 10 years, something like that. And they moved back. And I also was out there, and most of all of you know this, but there's 12 of us children. 5 of us at one time lived in the same little town in Quincy, California, working in the sawmills. And I thought before I went out there, they were just getting rich, it seemed like to me. But when I got there, it was a different story. It just, everything else is higher than I'm used to it being out in the country. And you just barely had it living. But I wouldn't take nothing for the memories I have of my brothers and sisters, 12 of us. And we had a lot of good times, and a few bad times. But the good times outweighed the bad many, many times. Who was it asked me the other day? Yeah, my cousin, I'll tell this for Randy's sake, I don't think I told him. I was talking to Dennis Iver, my nephew that lost a leg here a while back. I've been calling him about every couple of weeks, and he's 61 now. That's closer than a month or so, or a year or so. And he's just been remarkably on the phone, and his sisters say the same thing, optimistic, just don't seem like it slowed down a bit. But anyhow, we were talking, and he said, well, how come all of you all migrated to the north, back to Vincent? I said, Dennis, you got it wrong. My parents came down here by themselves, so to speak, and when my brothers got grown, and I'll just say they didn't like the farm life and so on, and they better money, you know how it is, greener on the other side of the fence, and they went back to Indiana, where most of our relatives are. But Dennis thought it was the other way around, that most of the Iris's is down here. I said, there's more Irises up there where you at than there are down here. And of course, I've lost a lot of them in my lifetime, nephews and so on, but I can remember the older boys, and to me, I was still at home, and then, and maybe Dayton and so on, but they'd come home for Christmas in the trucks, and this is not Thanksgiving, but it's something to be thankful for. They did tree trimming. One of my brothers at one time worked 50 men under him, and 3 of my brothers worked for him, and they all had trucks that they would carry guys to work every day. And of course, it's much colder up there than it is down here. So it was all tarped in. You just get a pickup and tarp it in, everything except the back, and have something that's cut the wind off back there. I rode in one once. I went up there to visit when I was 17 years old, and I went with them to work, and we had to drive about 50 miles to work. And I remember riding in the back of that. But they'd come down here to visit my mom and dad and us kids. And Aunt Claire we talk about, we always said she was just like Santa Claus. She lived away too for many, many years. And when she'd come home, every one of us would have a Christmas gift, And something nice. When we were kids, we only got an orange or an apple or a piece of peppermint stick candy, a coconut, something like that, that was our Christmas. But we didn't know, we were happy, it didn't matter, that's what our neighbors were getting too, so along that line. But that was a good time for us. And this, I don't know whether that's what Daisy was referring to or not, but when we'd have a big bunch, once or twice, after we all got married, we were home all at one time. I think we got one picture of all, and of course at that time we had lost my brother Delbert, so it left in the services in the war, so it left 11 of us, but I think we got several pictures that was 11 of us. I was going to ask you, Randy, pictures you looked at and been putting on the internet and so on, do you remember seeing a picture of a table in Grandma's house that looked something like these long tables or not?
Table, no, that's a long.
This, I bet y'all never heard of that. My dad would actually take the doors off of the hinges. Just, pull the pin and use horse or sawhorses and make tables. Because you didn't have that much table space otherwise, And I can remember that. And can y'all remember when the kids had to wait for their meal?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, the kids had to wait.
Yes.
And all the good chicken stuff like that was gone, when you got
Got
there.
leftovers.
And this day and time, a lot of years back, it's turned right away. If there's any waiting, the parents are going to, the kids go first, just like right here. Invariably, we don't say kids go first, but invariably they're going to be in line first. But we had a
We'd
lot.
always have to clean the kitchen up. We'd have to, us older kids would have to clean the kitchen up after a big meal.
Yeah.
Let the women folks go visit.
And let me tell you this too. I'm older than you.
Well, you take longer than anybody, so hurry up, Ray's got to make his speech.
I'm no hurry, y'all go home and go ahead. I will quit then. Yeah, my mother, she would say, I love the chicken feet, not the legs, the feet,
No.
the feet. And she'd actually cook the feet now, and that's the truth. But the truth is, she was taking what was left, and it didn't take much for her. She was thin as a rail, if you remember. Just about like Maxine has been for the last year. She was just that thin. But she was a good mother, and I had a good dad. And I don't remember none of my grandparents. My only ones I remember were I was 5 years old when they died. And so I don't have much recollection. I have a picture or two with me and Maxine taken with them in Indiana around here. You might run across that. But my grandkids have been such a blessing to me. We use the expression if we knew grandkids were going to be so great, we'd just bypassed having kids and went straight to the grandkids. But we can't do that, can we?
No.
But man, I hunted and I fished and I played games time after time with my grandchildren. And see, I didn't know what it was like to have a grandparent like that, that was alive and was capable of doing things.
And the little great ones is just as great, aren't they?
And one thing that Christine told about the truck, in 1968, and that was long about the time this happened, but we had a camper shell, just the shell, that's all it was, No accommodation in there at all, but it was one of these tall ones that stuck up. But we got ready to go to California in a brand new pickup to visit my sister out there. Of course, it hadn't been just a few years since we lived out there. And so we put slats in across the truck, figured ahead of time, put a full mattress in there, and then put our suitcases and stuff up under it, and left room. We actually slept how many hours at that time? All? 6 hours slept in that truck at night. Times were hard. We slept wherever we got ready to quit. And we wasn't scared that we was going to get murdered or nothing in 68. But unusual thing, it was my truck. Brand new truck. I got up in the front of it, laid down kind of on the steering wheel back toward you, and pushed out the back glass apart. On a brand new and pushed it out, and then I took a bicycle inner tube and went around that and aired it up and sealed that off, and the kids would crawl through that backwards and forth, going and coming. Someone sat in the front with us a while, and then they'd get sleepy and they'd go to the back.
And it was probably just a one-seat truck.
Yeah, it was just one seat. There wasn't nothing like one.
That's not like it.
And one place we stopped and slept, and you wouldn't do that now for nothing in the world. There was no house nowhere around, but way off in the distance somewhere, we heard an old donkey braying up the night.
But Thanksgiving, we think of Thanksgiving being Thanksgiving Day, but I learned a long time ago every day is Thanksgiving. I'm just thankful to be alive. And when y'all got more time, we'll talk. If I don't know it, none of y'all knows. In this area I'm talking about. I'm thankful for Piney Grove. I asked some of the older people over at the center the other day, we was doing something similar to this over there, reminiscing. And I came to the clubhouse, Carolyn, you remember it, Mary, I'm sure. And I came to Sunday school in it, and you got a little card just like that size of a picture, 5 by 3 by 7.
3 by 5, I think.
Something like, yeah, more like 3 by 5, and that was our Sunday school book. We get one, and it had a picture on one side, a little, maybe a Bible verse underneath, and then it had a little writing on the back.
Little story on the back.
Yeah, it was just
Index
a little
card.
bitty card.
Just about the size of an index card was what it was.
I had a lot of friends, and I told her I talked with this, I think yesterday, but as a teenager, my dad bought a 35 model Chevrolet. It was 10 years old then. And he bought it in 45. That's when my brother got killed and they got some insurance money. And they bought that, and I happened to be a teenager at that time. I was actually 15 when I lost my brother in World War II. And I remember my mother, and they got the news burying her head. Back then, a neighbor man just came and brought a telegram that they delivered to him, and he delivered it to us, and he was gone. I remember her burying her face in a towel, and I can only imagine, how you get the news of one of your children being gone like that, miles and miles away. But a few years later, supposedly we had his body brought back and buried down here in Wilson Cemetery. Yeah, what was I?
Oh, you was telling about the car. You get to chasing rabbits too much. You can't keep up with what you're
The
telling.
car. Well, I'd never driven. I learned how to drive on that 35 model Chevrolet. But then me and Jackson and Lyle, that was some buddies of mine. Lyle's kitchen still living over here. And then I was dating girls a little bit too about that time. I didn't know what antifreeze was. We'd go to ball games down at Lewisville. Random, how do you think I had that with no antifreeze?
Had to drain the water.
Yeah, somebody.
Don't leave no water in it. When you get ready to go somewhere, you put water in it. You put a cotton sack across the radiator in front, wrap it around one line here and one line over there to keep it. Cotton sack, makes the car run hot. You have to learn to judge it. I'd go to the ball game, and a couple of times during the ball game, I'd have to go out to the car and crank it up because I was afraid it was going to freeze just sitting there. And I finally got home, whenever it was, had to drain the water out that night for me. So you think about hard times, and I know they had it harder than me before my time. I'm just thankful to be alive and thankful. Out of the 12 children, there's 2 of us left. So, go ahead.
Before I get right for you, thanks for something else.
Well, for Thanksgiving, I'm just glad every Thanksgiving, I'm just glad I'm here. And I see my nieces, I got 2 nieces.
You don't have no brothers or sisters?
I got 2 brothers and 1 sister. Yes. One stays in Conway, that's my oldest one, and one stays with my mom, that's my youngest. His name is Nick.
Nick.
Dreadlocks. Well, you know me?
I know.
Yeah, that's my brother. And my sister named Celeste. Now, you might know her. She worked at the school in Louisville. You know when they go, they call the hood in Louisville. She works over there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, at the elementary school. Yeah, I live in Berkeley some type of burglary tricks. She got a daughter, oldest daughter named Ariana. Yes.
I thought you were gonna tell about chicken.
Sir?
Chicken?
Not chitlins. I don't like chitlins.
Okay.
But my grandma, she used to do it every time when she was living. And like every time she cooks it, I have to go outside. But people say it's a certain way that you can cook it, you're gonna smell it.
Yeah.
They say you put some onions and stuff in there, you would not smell it. But I know one night though, when she first got it, I know when she had it, I was like, oh, my grandma for cooking chili. No, I can't eat. Once she popped that top open, I could smell it through the house. And it just made my stomach sick. Everything, I'm telling you, just like that deer meat that you gave Laura, it's something about wild, like deer meat.
Yeah.
Wild deer meat, I do not like. If I get around it, it just make me so, it make me gag.
Oh.
I could eat that meat, I was like, I want it. She tried to tell me to get some, no. It just made me sick.
Yeah.
But see, back in the day, that what we used to eat. My whole family didn't eat it besides me. My mom had to cook something different for me. I'm telling you, everybody telling me, so you know,
I know you must be the youngest one.
Yeah.
and honestly, I'm next to the oldest one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and like everybody said, people used to, I tell you, well, we don't know what you be eating, because your mama has ground beef, deer meat, and hermit meat. I can tell from a deer meat and hermit meat. A lot of folks, how you do that?
Yeah, that means.
Yes, I know how a ground beef and deer meat. I would not touch it. I wouldn't even, because she was telling me, have the grind. I tried it and just, I was like, I can't do it. And then a homeboy, he said he just got some. So he said, what you go out there, cut the, what man? Do you want me to do what? I'm surprised you get somebody else to do it, because you don't want me to do it. Because if I do it, it's going to be all on your food. So I probably get somebody else to do it. I just can't handle it. I can't handle just the wild smell. I can't handle it.
A lot of people.
But now fishing, I'm cool with that. But just like the deer and all that squirrels and stuff, it just makes me sick. I don't know why. It's totally different. Because like I said, my whole family eats it.
That's another thing though, isn't it, that after the meal, go to deer hunt? Or before the meal, go to deer hunt?
Yes.
Talk to me, we had a pastor one time that brought chitlins for a potluck, and Fred told him, says, brother, you said you come and you're splitting our chicken with them as if.
Good one is good, that's it, if you prepare.
I'm like, Ray, I never cared.
I could see fried ones,
Yes.
lots more than I could boil. Did your folks eat chicken?
My grandmother did, I remember.
And I never did like care much for the hog head cheese.
Me
I don't
neither.
like that either.
Who, Miss Pastor, I know one of y'all, between y'all four ladies, I know one of y'all know how to cook a homemade apple pie. I don't know which one of y'all, but one of y'all know how to make an apple
She
pie.
makes
Good.
Carol probably too, but I'm not good at baking pies.
Oh, you ain't. I know one of y'all. How much you are charging for one? I buy them and stuff, just do what you get.
I haven't made a pie in a long time. I went to work.
I want listen,
Randy does the cooking now, he might make you an apple pie. Randy, you need to make some more of them, squares, whatever you call it, that you brought to the house the other day, it was good.
I forgot, I said, yeah. How much you charging for?
I saw a recipe on Facebook for an apple pie,
Yes, ma'am.
and you had to have 2 cans of cinnamon rolls,
Mm-hmm. I seen that.
and you put some flour on
Mm-hmm.
something and flatten the cinnamon roll out.
Like a pancake.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And you made enough to go around the pie plate, kind of like a crust.
It sure look
And
good.
then you cut up some apples and some sugar and butter and cinnamon and a little bit of cornstarch.
Mm-hmm.
Just mix that up and you put that into the pie plate. And then you had another can of cinnamon rolls and you flattened them out and put a crust on the top.
Had a little cinnamon on top of it.
Good.
And one time we went to Indiana in the fall, and everywhere we went, apples was in season. They had apple pie. And it was all good, but we got back to Aunt Delamay's, and she had what she called a poor man's apple pie. And all it was she had the bottom crust and had cooked the apples in it. It didn't have the top crust to it, but it was good.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
When my daughter-in-law comes, she brings a whole lot of apple fried pies, peach pie,
Ooh.
apple bread.
Dang.
They have an apple orchard there
Oh, do we?
in the town where they live, and they bake this stuff all fresh.
Mm.
And
Man.
Sounds good.
yeah, she brings
Didn't
it.
don't they grow a lot of apples up in Mountain View?
No, Mountain View maybe come down a little south, Heber Spring, yeah, they have some, we have some blueberry farm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to tell you one more thing. The church had a Thanksgiving play. We have a kids, youth has, well, Trish is, I don't know, she was 10th grade. Yeah, 10th grade. So Christmas play is, Bible-based Christmas play. And Thanksgiving is somebody write a story about something Thanksgiving. So that year, I was there, and that year, Trish made a story about the grandpa got sick, and everybody prayed about, and all of a sudden grandpa came back, and we were so thankful, big table and everything. And made a prayer, and in there, the husband and wife, the wife's dad was in the, hospital, and those little kids, and everybody started praying, power and those stuff. And she wrote this story, and I was husband, she's the wife. So we joined the hand and we prayed. We practiced, so long, several weeks. And before that, I got saved in August, but I never joined the church. And I told the pastor, I feel strange to say a prayer. I know it's in the, just in the stage and everything, but I'd like to join the church by baptism service. And I didn't know what I was thinking, because we didn't have a baptistry. So what we did was went to the Silmore Creek. It's a beautiful creek. Go fishing anytime. Here we are. Okay, remember the big snow Thanksgiving? This is the weekend before. Yeah, it was the biggest float. That's a Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. What did we do? Sunday after church, I guess. So the Sunday night was church play. So Sunday after church, we went to the creek, down the creek. And the biggest floats, some of the shady place still white. And we went to the Baptist town and we talked about that, how cold it was. Yeah. He's always said, people never get sick from Baptist. So don't worry about that. I guess Trish was there, but I don't remember. Only remember me and him went into the creek, and he said during the service his foot was numb completely, and he got baptized. It took me, and it's a joke about he always said. When the tackman went under the water and came back out, he said some Japanese word we don't know. Yeah, but
what you said.
Yeah, I told him it was hallelujah.
Amen.
Yeah. A lot of Thanksgiving, and I hope have a great Thanksgiving and family reunion. That's, Thanksgiving, it starts from beginning of this country, right? Indian, and yeah, there's a story about. I'm glad Premium didn't kill the buzzard. Yeah.
I just had an idea about some stuff. I don't know if y'all done it before Thanksgiving. Why, like before Thanksgiving come, why y'all just have a Thanksgiving here at church? You know what I'm saying? Before Thanksgiving come, just have one here at church, and then when Thanksgiving come, everybody go with their family.
Yeah, we have community Thanksgiving.
Yes.
That is the Sunday.
Oh, okay, 24th one.
24 is the real Thanksgiving
Okay.
Thursday.
But we
And
did
the
used
20th.
to, on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, we didn't have a meal. But when we got started when we got started with the community thing, then we were doing it.
Yeah, community Thanksgiving is the Sunday before the Thanksgiving.
Yes, yes, sir.
Sunday night,
Sunday night.
we all meet at one church.
Yes.
Probably next year it'll be here, I just figure it will be. It's about our time, I think. So,
We'll find out. Yeah, that's before we leave. Let's find out.
yeah, so we can have time to plan.
Just playing it out, yes. And like I said, y'all probably thinking me, I just very glad I brought that up too, because y'all probably done missed it.
Do you remember Brother Leon Turner when he was our pastor? He got sort of upset with us. I guess it was the first Thanksgiving he was here. What did we have? I don't remember. But he thought we ought to have turkey and dressing and ham and all the trimmings. And he just thought, because we wasn't having all that, we just wasn't having Thanksgiving. But I don't remember what we had.
For the community.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you have to, the same as you have to put the big little pot in the big pot to cook for that.
But like I said, Thanksgiving is traditional. Just keep on going.
I just really
Remember all time.
Yeah.
At the same time, something happened. It was hard the first year, kind of going through my life, when my life was gone.
First time for things like that's always the hardest, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, holiday season just it's so hard. But like I said, it just keep on going, and grandkids come along.
Can't you look?
Cannot stop. And we have a lot of time for now. Things. I thank you, this church, took me in, and like a service like this morning, it just blessed my heart and keep me going so strong.
Well, I got that song like Jim sang this morning, that bound to touch all of us, to know that we have loved ones over there. Not gonna be long before all of us go. Just make sure you're ready.
I thought he was gonna sing Beulah Land when he.
Yeah. He sing it, all the songs, right?
Leah, do you remember, you and Randy, I don't know whether he was youth director, music director, or what, but he was a little red-headed boy that was in y'all's church at one time. And he sang Beulah Land at one of my aunt's funerals, and I believe that was the prettiest song I ever heard. Anybody can sing Beulah Land good, but I believe he done the best job, but I cannot remember what his name was.
I think that's a lot.
Redheaded? How long ago was it?
It's been several years.
Now, whose funeral did you sing for?
It was one of my aunts, she lived out in Texas, and they brought her back here.
Hey, you,
No, it was Lake Delilah's funeral. She did, it was at the funeral.
who?
but he was at Calvary at that time, but it might have been before y'all.
It's alarm, right? 6 o'clock, time to go home.
Oh, he said,
Let me turn off. Right.
Is that the time, they're saying it's time to go home?
I think that's what it was. All right, if everybody can get up, let's get up and make a circle.
Well,
Yeah, you can sit down, huh?
Join hands. That's right. Dear Lord, we thank you for this circle. With each one upward. Lord, this is. We should hear some at the same time, we have such wonderful memories together. And we all know, we'll see every one of them at your timetable. So together, in this circle, we praise you in your presence. And lead us and guide us in this side of eternity. And help each one of us, one together, each one another, in the hand, give ear to listen, and something nice and kind unto the people. Continue to bless us, continue to be with us, and continue to bring the people in this church.
yes, Lord.
We sure enjoyed such a wonderful service this morning. We work so hard to bring the people in this church. So give us a moment, give us some time together to work in your name. We give thanks for this Thanksgiving season. We praise you and honor your presence. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 so y'all with hope.
I forgot about that.
What's that?
I said, see you at the pole.
Oh,